let's keep it moving with our next keynote speaker. He combines knowledge and expertise in the field of information management and business strategy. The streamlined digital backbone and relevant insights he delivers make life easier for business users and end customers. Please welcome on stage Srikanth Akkiraju, Global Head of Business Process and System Excellence and Digital Transformation at Informatics at Philips.
Good morning, all. This is my first time at the CIO Day, so I'm really excited. And that was a long walk, so maybe half my step count is done for today as well. So that's a bonus, I think. I'm here to talk about how the role of IT is changing and in accelerating digital business and digital transformation in 2024 and beyond. And I'll also go through how we are doing this at Philips, basically, right? So that's also an example of how we can think about this. Yeah, so what is my role? Yeah, I lead the process and system excellence for all our software businesses at Philips. And what does that mean, right? That means it's sort of a combination role of a business CIO, digital transformation, and in the context of how do we bring it together with our products, right? And software is an IT business, basically, right? So that needs to come together. Let me first set the context, right? So what has changed? Why is this topic very important? I think Rob, Martijn, and Emily were talking about it earlier as well, right? There was a McKinsey report which talks about how pandemic, but also I think the geopolitical environment has really accelerated the way digital products are being created. So I think it's accelerated by 3 to 5 years, and how the digital transformation is being accelerated, right? It's accelerated by 5 to 7 years, I think, across all industries. Right, so that's a huge context change, a game changer for us. Of course, our heart goes out to everybody who's stuck in these geopolitical and pandemic related issues, right? But yeah, that also means that the context for us has changed a lot. Yeah, how do we look at that from an IT perspective, right, or technology perspective? And how do we want to future-proof IT and technology to enable what has changed for us, right? We look at IT as IT for offense and IT for defense. And what do I mean by that, right? So IT for defense is our traditional IT, right? That's what we used to do. We used to enable the business. We used to enable the backbone. And we made sure that business runs smoothly at the back end, right? But when I talk about IT for offense, that's no longer the case. It's no longer a back-end thing, right? It's really out there in this digital world. You're connecting with the customers, and IT plays a big role in that, right? So there are a lot of technologies that are really touching every aspect of our customer journey. That's true for Philips as well, by the way. Data, and we just heard about AI as well, I think, but data has really become a competitive advantage. And I know these are buzzwords that have been around for a while, but really the last 3-4 years have really changed this, right? So you want data at the point that you want it to make decisions, right? So that's really changed as well. Ecosystem. So we no longer operate individually. We are playing in an ecosystem, right? That's also true for a company like Philips. We are playing in an ecosystem. And I'll touch upon this in one of the upcoming slides. Right, so the role of technology has really changed from being an enabler to really a strategic advantage, right? So it's a really differentiator between multiple companies. So if you have a technological advantage, you have an advantage in the market out there, right? Mobility has become very important, right? All our workforces are working from many locations nowadays. There's no office-based location in essence, right? So that's really changed. And really that means that the experience that we give from our IT systems and technology is really is paramount, right? Both for the customers, but also for our employees. That's really a game changer. So according to me, the role of CIO has really changed from being an enabler to accountable role, right? We are accountable for business results. We are no longer enabler for the business, right? And you'll also see that in the context of Philips, right? So let me talk a little bit about Philips' journey in the last few years. And it's really changed. For me, it's been an eye-opening journey for myself, right? I've been in Philips for many years, and I've been in the IT part of Philips for many years, but still it was an eye-opener for me, myself as well. So let me start with taking a step back on how healthcare industry has changed, right? If you look at how the care delivery model has changed, we all used to go to the hospitals, right, for every single thing. Nowadays, it's both in-person but also virtual care. And that's a huge change. I know this has been around for a while, but really pandemic has really accelerated that need to have both in-person and virtual care and a combination of that, right? That's a huge change. Aging population, of course, we also heard that earlier in the talk, in the keynote speak, but there's also a lot of chronic illnesses, but also that leads to workforce shortages, right? Our whole healthcare system is stressed. When you look at Netherlands, right? So every year our own contribution increases, but also the insurance increases, right? It's just because they can't cope with it. Yeah, I think we are no longer providing products, we are really engaging consumers, right? And we are really trying to understand what their needs are and how do we meet those needs. Acceptance of digitization in healthcare industry. I think we are going through the revolution that the banking industry went through in the early 2000s, right? Really accepting digital, accepting that we no longer have FaceTime for everything. That's really key. And of course, finances are stressed. I mentioned that earlier, right? So what does it mean for Philips? We are really trying to bring this back in terms of what is our core goal is, we want to touch 2.5 billion lives by 2030, right? That is our key goal. I mean, everything else is there, but that is what we want to be known for as Philips. And what does that mean, actually, right? So we can't simply provide products and, be done with it. We need to get into the ecosystem and really play a role in that ecosystem, right? So we are putting business units in the lead, but what does that mean is really make sure that the product managers really understand the need of the customer and design their products for that, right? Design their products for the experience that the hospitals want to give, which is to have that hybrid care environment that I was talking about, right? Relieve the stress. Make sure that the pricing models are predictable for the hospitals so that they can pass on that predictability to their consumers, right? Really optimize the workflows at the hospital so they can concentrate on what they do best, which is to provide care, right? And we can concentrate on what we do best, which is provide the right products, right software-enabled product, right data-enabled products, right? And of course, we want to innovate in the way we deliver and support hospitals and the consumers. And what does it mean? So on the other side, I think technology trends have really changed, right? Gen AI is no longer a hype. Actually, we are right in the middle of implementing a couple of models using Gen AI, right? Deflecting customer cases by responding to regular queries, right? So, and platform-based engineering for our products, making sure that we are agile in our value creation, right? We can't wait for 3 years of digital transformation programs. We need to show value creation every quarter almost. And don't select technology because it's the best technology out there in the Gartner quadrant, but really understand the business need and select the right technology for your business. That may not be the best technology out there, but for your business, it's the right technology. And that is the key, right? And that is what we are also doing with the IT department in Philips, right? So there's still a group central IT for economies of scale, but we have really collected a few individuals who are across digital, across data, across IT, across process, said we create this group of individuals who are really getting into the business, really understanding the need of the business and tailor the backbone for that, right? As an example, I'm accountable, together with my service leader, for delivering the right service to our customers. That's really important for us, right? It's not just delivering the service in the SLA, but the experience they get with our technology. The simplicity of the process that we do, right? That all contributes to that. So that means that the CIO is no longer enabler, but really accountable for the business results. And that is the key takeaway, right, from this presentation. And where do we want to be in 18 to 24 months? Yeah, okay, I don't think we are perfect yet. We just started on this journey of how to enable that accountability, right, in the business. And that is what we are still discovering, and hopefully we will get there in the next 18 to 24 months, right? Thank you.